Ladies and gentlemen, it is I, Tetcher, and welcome to another community replay cast, where you guys send in your replays to me, and I cast them. This is a Hero League match sent in by Chris. I watch all of these blind, so I'm not going to be able to give any spoilers or anything. I have no idea what this is. This could be a great game, this could be a terrible game. I'm very much trusting of my audience to send me cool things. So, this is once again live on stream, so if you hear Gazlo in the background and you see something pop up on the screen, that's because someone has followed and I completely didn't pay attention. So let's start playing and see who is on what team. So playing the Muradin, it is going to be Maki. Playing the Tychus, it is going to be Schnauz. Playing the Diablo, it is Epic Troll. Playing the Sylvanus, it is Ona Barche, and I've pronounced that horribly. And Tyrande is being played by Shannon. This is our villain team, but much more exciting, playing our hero team. It is going to be Vel playing the Raider. Chris, our main hero, the person who sent in the replay, playing the Lieutenant Morales. The Zeratul is being played by Nubexi. The Johanna being played by Adrian, smiley face tongue out. And the Kael'thas being played by High Fished. So, for now, going to have a look at some of the starting talents while Diablo attempts to find Zeratul. Did see the Shimmer, was not able to punish it. Sylvanus, looking to see if she can spot anyone. She can clear waves quite quickly and could even try and backdoor a tower here for the moment. For now, though, we see a good wraparound. Diablo taking a lot of damage, but Tychus has found the Kael'thas, already done a lot of damage. The Kael'thas in full retreat. Muradin also diving very deep. They get the kill, and now Tychus is under great duress. Gets a good grenade to zone out here. So currently 1-for-1, the Diablo and the Kael'thas already being taken down. So, we can see Sylvanus chilling at the bot lane. She's been left a bit unattended, so it's got a little bit of damage done, but she's actually a little bit behind in XP due to the fact that there were so many people down in the bot lane so many people, there was no one in the top lane for her team. Having a look at some of the talents, we can see the Seasoned Marksman taken for the Rainer and the Zeratul here, both of them going for that high damage Kael'thas, starting off with that Mana Addict, which allows him to work well with his Arcane Barrier and do Kael'thas things. And the Morales starting off with the Trauma Trigger, so going a bit defensively, making sure that she does not get picked off very easily. We see Muradin taking the Infused Hammer, very interestingly. I would have thought that would be the Perfect Storm, which would have given him a lot of extra damage, but decided against it. Speaking of extra damage, armor-piercing rounds coming in from the Tychus, which is going to allow him to chase. It would do a lot more damage, especially combined with the Lead Rain later on. And Devil's Due. So we're seeing a bit of a Murloc Diablo build coming in from, well, Diablo. With the Wind on Sylvanus, allows him to play a little bit safer, and the Empower on the Tyrande. For now, we see Zeratul and Rainer roaming around a bit. They're going to meet up, find the Muradin, and they're going to meet up with Johanna. They're going to try and go for a kill. Chris here with the heals as well. Gets a bit stuck behind the wall, but Maki has already made a good jump to try and escape here. And Maki does escape behind the wall. And Tychus able to take down Zeratul here. So nice defense by blue team. They were 2 versus 4, and they're able to come out with a kill. So really good job by our blue team there. And both teams hit level 4 pretty much simultaneously. We see the Thunderburn for the Muradin here. So he's getting that extra area damage. Only Shrine is going to be in the bot lane. Kael'thas playing the Gathering Power. Going very risky here. Master Warpblade on Zeratul. Bioshield. Bit of protection for that melee assassin here. Everyone else, fairly standard. Tychus with the extra range of overkill. In comes the engage onto Kael'thas. He's getting healed by Morales. Safeguard goes down, but it's not enough. The Vulnerable also quite good. Epic Troll having to back out, but they were able to pick up the first kill. Vel going on to Schnoz right now. Once again with the help of Morales doing some great healing. And Johanna getting focused down. She will get picked off here. Epic Troll will be the next one, but Zeratul dies in the process. He had to dive very deep to get all those auto attacks onto Diablo. And that is 5 kills to 2. In favor of our villains, who have managed to grab the tower as well. And that gives them an advantage here at the start of the game. For now, though, red team respawning, just going to head back to their lanes and get back to soaking. They're only a small amount of XP behind, just under half a level worth of XP in total. We see the Overflowing Quiver for Sylvanus. Very strange talent, but it can be used for some cool bursts, so that you can clear minion waves really quickly and blow people up if you can find it with the unstable poison. If you can get a load of people inside, load of enemies inside a minion wave, you can actually blow them up pretty quickly with this build. We can see the focus attacks for Rainer, which is what the Master Warpblade used to be, but it got changed out because it was a bit too overpowered on Zeratul, and instead we get this and get him able to 1 versus 1 people. Kael'thas takes him out, but yeah, Zeratul can pretty much 1 versus 1 anyone if they are alone, once he has the Shadow Assault and maybe a Searing Attacks or a follow through. Kael'thas just clearing lanes for the moment. We see Diablo and maybe Tyrande going on a roaming squad. Looks like just Diablo. Tychus has already had to back up from the bottom lane, and we're seeing Reyna and Morales still continuing to chill down here. The Terran squad in the bot lane dealing with this. We see the Protoss still roaming around looking for kills. He will actually find that the camp is being done here, and in comes Reyna and Morales. They're going to try and contest this. Maki gets taken down, and now it's just Tychus. Good grenade from Chris, and we're seeing Schnoz backing out. The camp will go over to the red team, and that is pretty good for them, as the objectives are just spawning, and they were able to pick up that Muradin. He will be back in time, but still puts him in a good position. We're seeing Sylvanas attempting to sneak away. She does not want to get caught out. And Zeratul giving chase, gets the slow effects. That Singularity Spike, and down he goes. Very good job by Zeratul, able to pick up that kill. He did go for that follow through talent on his level 7. Towers are up. Tychus doing a lot of damage to Johanna here. The blind comes in and the knock-up from Kael'thas, who gets the living bomb. A lot of damage coming out here, but Diablo comes in from the side, finds Morales. The healer is going to be very useful here, but if they can pick him off, then it's going to go really well for the blue team. Diablo, though, completely surrounded, gets taken out, and now it is Muradin who will meet a similar fate. In the meantime, Zeratul was able to chase down and pick off Tychus. And as such, we're going to see both towers, by the looks of it, going over to our red team. Sylvanas just pushing in here, was trying to do anything, but she's going to be too late. Throws out a Shadow Dagger just to make sure that minion wave won't be pushing too hard, and to get a bit of harassment in there. So Diablo going very deep here, but once again, Morales healing and Raider's own healing, thanks to his Adrenaline Rush, are able to keep him alive and make sure that he does not get picked off. In the meantime, we're going to see red team start on their sappers here, just going to work those down, whereas Tychus up in the top lane soaking up, Tyrande in the mid lane soaking, Muradin just passing through. Looks like he may go for a contest, because right now Diablo dived onto that point and very nearly died. The camp has already gone over to the red team, but blue team was still around fighting. Diablo goes down to Zeratul to keep it from behind, and now Muradin and Tyrande are in full retreat, trying to not get caught any more than they have. The gravity lapse does not land, and as such, both of these players will be able to get away a grenade for good measure from Morales, which does actually make the Flame Strike miss. But heroics are now available for our heroes here. Hyperion, Void Prism, not going for that Shadow Assault, so very interesting from Zeratul, just going for regular attack build. The old-fashioned build. We see the Stim drone and a good engagement. Down goes Tychus. Shadon is able to pull back, but he's gone back in. Void Prism only catches Sylvanas, and the Johanna here just gets cancelled up. Thanks to the Stim drone on Raider, they were going to try and make the most of it, but they were unable to pick up another kill there. Nice to see Iron Skin to block out the Shadow Charge from Diablo. Zeratul coming quite aggressively here, and manages to dodge out the stun. Very well played there. And Kael'thas with more harassment, doing some damage. Having a look at some of the stacks here, we see Kael'thas on 8 stacks with Gathering Power, 18 bonus damage on Veil, so he's going to be doing quite a lot, and that's very early in the game. 14 on the Zeratul, so we're seeing a lot of damage coming out already. Having a look at some of the other talents, we see the Irritate. So very auto-attack, melee attacker focused build coming in from Chris here. Just going to try and support that Zeratul as much as possible. But Zeratul, once again, hasn't gone for Shadow Assault, so not going to go for that Dive Burst build. Every troll does slip over to Johanna, but Johanna pulls back and goes back in with the Iron Skin to deny the tower. In comes the Phoenix, doing a lot of damage. Zeratul gets stunned up, but Diablo has taken a huge amount of damage because he's completely separated from his team. Zeratul getting healed by Morales, turns onto Muradin. Muradin gets the stun, but it's not enough, and he gets taken out. Kael'thas pushing forward, trying to take down Tychus, and we see Johanna with the great blocks there, completely zoning it out, and we see another tower going over to our heroes. They were able to grab the one on their side as well, and they're starting to get a pretty significant lead. Looks like they want to think about maybe doing the boss. Zeratul has started it. Kael'thas throwing a Flame Strike in the meantime. Unfortunately, Johanna, their tank, has not decided to come in here, so they're doing a lot of micro to try and deal with this. There we go, Johanna finally coming in using that Iron Skin. It does do a lot of damage to the Headless Horseman, so they're trying to be very passive against it. Zeratul needs to step out the fire, uses his Blink to do so, and they are able to take down the boss. And that will deal another 4 damage to the core, putting them ahead by 16 whole points, which is pretty damn good. In the meantime, blue team were grouping up. They've hustled and were grabbing the sappers in the bottom lane. They may continue to push this bottom lane to make use of those sappers, try and get them onto the fort as opposed to the towers. Even getting the towers, though, they're still going to get something nice out of that. And the rest of the blue team have moved up to try and grab these sappers as well. Epic Troll making his way down here. Johanna and Zeratul finished getting the sappers in the top lane. And blue team do get the sappers in the bot lane as well. These ones do decide to come to the bot lane. They always push the lane that is more defended. Chris in for retreat here. He has a safeguard activated thanks to his trauma trigger here. And does get out. Vel also a bit on the defenses. Sappers do make it onto the fort. But the fort will survive for the moment. And that is pretty good for the red team, who are now beginning to give chase because the mercenaries, they don't have to worry about them anymore. So now they're just going for kills. Mackie tries to stun out Zeratul, does not land. The Apocalypse only hits Chris here, and Kael'thas is doing Kael'thas things, doing huge amounts of damage. Mackie does survive though. Tychus may not be so lucky, he gets slowed off. There's the first aid, and he will be able to get out. Raider going very deep there, but Adrenaline Rush and the heal from Morales keeps him alive. Diablo has other ideas, but his ideas were incorrect, and we see Tychus go down. Diablo getting focused as well. They're going to try and finish him off as well. He is going to get out of here. Johanna going very deep. No, they get him. And Johanna even takes a couple shots from the base to do it. And they even get Sylvanas, the Morales healing, enough to keep Zeratul alive. That is some hella diving. And now, with the tower up, we're going to see the advantage of our hero team here just extend out even further. And that tower down. They did have that bottom fort too, so they're going to get an extra shot from that. So down to 15. Mackie coming in as he knows this is a problem. Going to start working on this, but the mini wave isn't pushed in, so he's going to be slowed in the attacks. Whereas red team taking advantage of the fact that there's people on blue team who are busy and are beginning to push the mid lane. Do see Chris stunned out here, but he's not in a too tough a position. Reyna moving up to the top lane. Going to start working on these minions. Quite a few to deal with, so he'll be dealing with those. He has Steel Resolve, increase that Inspire duration, and it is applied by Adrenaline Rush 2. Epic Troll has been found. Nope. It's looking for his chance to engage. Finds it. Finds Mackie in the back and already has killed him off. Tychus with a very well positioned laser actually, forcing Zeratul to back out. And the laser won't be able to do too much more. And Tychus can't actually get past it himself. And there he goes. Gets picked off by the living bomb from Kael'thas. And red team still able to pick up those sappers, which will push the bot lane, which has been taken back by blue team, but help those sappers, red team may be able to take it back in the future. For now, they're working on the mid lane, but Tyrande and Tychus are here to try and put a stop to that. There is the hiccups, apparently the overkill used onto the Kael'thas. He gets taken out, and we see Vel pushing in onto Tychus, going to try and pick him off here, gets the knock, but is not going to be able to do anything. Unfortunately, his penetrating round is not enough to kill him off. Zeratul blinking very aggressively here, found Tychus, but he also found Muradin, was not willing to go in a 2 versus 1 situation. Tychus doing all of his damage onto Chris, going to try and finish him off, and Chris does go down, but Vel was very much focusing Tychus in the meantime, and now we see Noob going to be giving chase to him as well. Void Prisms, the Tyrande, and the Stealth stopped him chasing after Schnoz here. Diablo causing a bit of mayhem in the background. They've managed to get Reyna as well. Zeratul also goes down. It is now just Johanna. We all know the rules about Johanna, that she never dies, but let's see if they are true. There's the stun. Follow up, overpower. And Adrian continuing to pull back, gets the blind. In comes Kael'thas. They may be able to try and turn it. The stun does land on Johanna. She pulls behind her wall and she will get out. Phoenix does a lot of damage, and that definitely forces Oda at least to pull back and play a little bit safer. Meantime, Muradin has been starting on the sappers, and his the blue team, sorry, get another objective, and that begins to bring them back into the game. With the sapper being taken, they're going to be able to push one of these lanes again. Bot lane still very wounded from when they were last down there. Mackie on his own here, though. He's struggling to deal enough damage to deal with this. In comes Johanna, and Chris has already backed out, so Johanna's on her own. The laser doing quite a lot of damage. In comes more of red team from above. They're going to try and pick off some good members of blue team here. Fish has used the arcade barrier, so he's good, keeping himself sustained for the moment, but the Hyperion was very good. Mackie dropping low. Laser is completely still on the Johanna here. The Hyperion is not enough to take down Kael'thas. He was picked off by someone else because it was the wrong team. And we do see Shandon taken out. Red team able to take that fight in a 4-for-2. Kael'thas picked off and the Morales picked off, but that's in exchange for pretty much everyone except Sylvanas, who wasn't really in the fight that much. Sappers being taken in the bot lane. Those will be pushing the bot lane. Yes? Yeah, bot lane. So those will be pushing the bot lane. Boss is now up. Red team looks like they maybe want to go a bit aggro on that. Johanna is mostly at full health again. Zeratul needs to be a bit careful. Raider choosing not to do it, and Johanna calling out late. Doesn't think they will be able to do it, as pretty much everyone from blue team is alive, except for Dorado, who has literally just come back. Diablo coming out of the tunnel here and has found Chris, but has also found Reyna, who does not have the Giant Killer, actually. He did take Steel Resolve with Zeratul, who took Giant Killer and Rending Cleave. A very interesting build from Zeratul. Saps in the top lane taken. Zeratul going to be back, so he took half health damage during all of this time. Towers spawning in the top lane. Everyone will be ready. Zeratul on his way. He's just going to run on foot as opposed to tunneling to here and then running all the way up. It's a fairly decent idea, I would say. Johanna pulling back. Kael'thas going very aggressively. Gets some good living bombs, but will get caught in the apocalypse. Boss was aggro for a second, but not by much. Laser forcing Reyna to back up. The objective spawning in 5 seconds. Kael'thas is found this time. Arcane Barrier not ready this time, but the chain bombs are huge, and everyone's getting kept grouped up by that Void Prism, and huge damage coming out from Reyna, from Reyna, the Kael'thas and the Zeratul, and they're able to pick off pretty much everyone. They're still chasing Maki here. Going to try and finish him off. They also wanted Sylvanas, but Sylvanas is already out of range. Down goes Muradin. Diablo coming in to try and counter, but gets knocked back by Reyna, who has taken the stun, that bullseye, on level 17. Level 16, sorry, Vel is taking quite a bit of damage now. Gets healed up once again by Chris, who had that inoculation, so even less damage going to be going down onto that Reyna right now. Zeratul wants that Sylvanas, but can't seem to get near her, and even throws out his W to try and catch her, but it's not going to be enough as he is stopped by the minions. They were able to get the tower nearest to the tower on the enemy side, but their one is still open, so they can just head back and get that at their leisure, which is what is happening. Chris on the way to pick that up, whereas everyone from blue team are respawning. This tower, very, very low, so it looks like blue team, well, they want to try and defend it, but there's not much they can do about it. And the boss has started being taken by red team. Everyone from blue team is alive, and they're all heading in. Muradin going to be quite late, though. Zeratul gets focused down, blinks away, but now there is a fight over the point, and a good knockback from Zeratul there, and from Morales with that grenade, and they're able to take the shots, and that puts the core of blue team down to 2 health, actually. And they are in serious duress right now. We're seeing Tychus will escape here. No living bombs coming in. Lots of damage. Flame Strike not hitting, and Shadon able to keep him alive. Al just coming in for good measure. A bit of counter damage from the side of our villains. Top lane has been taken by our heroes. It was a bit late to actually get the shots on the core, but they only need one objective, and they're going to be able to take the game here. Bot lane is available and ripe for the picking. Top lane being taken back thanks to the power of Sylvanas, which is pretty damn good. And red team, they are in fact going to take that straight away. And Serrano's like, well, got here, but there's nothing I can do about it. Level 20 is available for our heroes, who are currently chasing Tychus, who does a great laser once again to block this chase. Nexus Frenzy on the Reyna, Caduceus Reactor 2.0 on that Morales. We see Nexus Blades on Zeratul, the Indestructible on Johanna, and the Bolt of the Storm on Kael'thas. Hyperion coming in. They're going to try and take this fort as well, and they will take it quite quickly. Now, if they can take care of this one as it is just about to spawn, then they will be able to win, as the shots will go straight to the core. They're going to try and go into it here. There's the defend ping from blue team. They're on their way up. Zeratul currently dealing with the minion wave. He wants that to help them push, but in comes blue team to try and help defend. This Apocalypse is going to be good. Catches Kael'thas and catches Johanna here. Kael'thas already taken down. That's all of his carrying power stacks gone. Raider in full retreat. He does get healed up. He did have the stim drone on him. Johanna, now the one being chased Indestructible, already has been used. Good shot with the Iron Skin, but is still taken down. Chris was coming in to help, but is not going to be able to land it. Now he is the one getting stunned, taking a lot of damage, and Chris gets taken down. Noob was able to escape this. There are 3 towers on the map. He's heading to bot lane. However, so are Maki and Shadon. Reyna has attempted to sneak off to get this tower. Once again, if he does get it, his team may still win. It's so low, he's not able to catch it in time. Zeratul was also killed off by the people heading towards the bot lane. And the fort is so low. Shots go currently. Only 2 shots currently going on to the core of our heroes here. But they were able to get all the towers, and now going to start working on this fort. Even if it goes down now, they're still going to be able to get back this one, and they'll be able to defend that way and make sure the shots will not go onto their core. Muradin already working on the bot lane one as well for the same reason. There we go. So they're not at threat from the shots anymore. They also have their level 20s. We see the rewind for Muradin, focusing Dios for Tyke, so extra damage there. Dying Breath for Diablo, so an extra Apocalypse, more stun. Bot of the Storm on Sylvanas, and another Rewind coming in from Tyrande. Moving down to the bot lane, they're going to work on this one as well, and this will be all of their force back if they are able to take it, which they will be without any problem. Red team, they are all reviving, just waiting for Raider and Zeratul, so they will be prepared to fight on the next objective. Just like they're thinking about going on a dive for that top fort. Blue team, they are suspecting this, and they are on their way up. Johanna goes in, takes it, but now they need to all get out of there without getting picked off. Kael'thas is spotted by the Owl. Chris has been zoned out as well. His shield blocks a lot of damage, though. The stuns take him down, though. Hyperion doing so much damage, and a good pull-in from Johanna as well was great. Tychus is already down. We can see Kael'thas bolting away to make sure he's not picked up. Throws out the Flame Strike, does not catch anyone. But over on this side, Zeratul was able to void prison the Sylvanas, not able to get the kill, and blinks away to make sure he's not killed off by Maki, who is still thinking about giving chase, but not able to catch this. Sylvanas goes very deep here. Zeratul going to try and go for the kill. They found Muradin, going to try and pick him off. The objective, only one objective, is in the bottom lane. If they can get down there, currently they have 1 kill to 1. They're going on to Maki, and they find Sylvanas, who was a bit out of position. And we see Noob try to chase down Maki. They have the fort, so the damage is quite good. And Muradin tanks it all. He goes down. The Phoenix coming out from Kael'thas, keeping him alive. Okay, barrier 2, and he's not going down at all. Epic Troll gonna get taken out here, and they just dodge the last breath. Now it is down to this objective. Tyrande needs to race the enemy team down there, or at least stop them from taking it. She kind of has to here, because she's the only one alive on her team. Tychus will be back in 5, so Tyrande has to do the delays of her life. She has a lot of cooldown reduction, including Rewind, so she can throw a lot of owls here, maybe some stuns. What can she do to stop this? There's the owl. First delay coming out, and that was quite a lot of damage as well. Zeratul does have vision on him, repositions himself. In comes Tyrande again, not using Rewind, just going in for the stun. Gets the stun, so delays it a little bit, but now there are 4 people here, stopping her from doing any more. There's another owl. Delays again. She is holding this for the moment. Rewind is not available, so she's not got anything else left, and that is going to be GG. And we're going to see the shots go onto the core, and super well played by our hero team, and the ranked points are all theirs. So very well played by Chris. Big thank you for sending in this replay. Thank you for those who were watching me do this live on the stream. And once again, guys, if you want to send in your replays of, it can be Hero League, it can just be a cool match played in quick match, it could even be a custom game if you find something cool to send in. Make sure to send it to replays@tetcher.co.uk, and be sure to put in the title, in the subject, that it is a Hero League or a community challenge, or and please describe your replay a little bit. Don't spoiler it for me in the description. No clickbaits, and I will pick the ones that sound exciting. So, guys, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you all next time.